Hi, and welcome to the Senior Network. I'm your host, Greg Fulton, and we are joined today by our friend Jim Keefe of Keefe's Funeral Home. And welcome to Terry Bellotta of Compassus Hospice. Glad to have you. First time on the show. We're excited to have you. Well, tell us a little bit, Terry, your position with hospice. What's your role?
I'm the HCC, which is the healthcare coordinator. So I'm the one that's out in the field talking to referral sources at hospitals, assisted livings, doc's offices, and skilled communities in Beaufort, Hampton, Colleton, Allendale.
Oh, wow.
All the way. We service our area in the Low Country up to Charleston, all the way to Gaffney, South Carolina. So we cover most of the Low Country.
Well, I've heard wonderful things about you. You're doing a good job out there.
Well,
great job. And you work with it. Is your executive director, is that Sandra?
Sandra Bond.
Sandra Bond, okay.
She's also a nurse.
Okay, and she's out. Now, is she in one location, or does she move around, or
well,
what's her role?
we're also in Savannah.
Oh,
so
okay.
she is over the Savannah, Charleston, and our office here.
Wow, you guys are busy. Very busy. Well, Jim, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you again.
Good to be back.
Tell us the new year now. What's going on with you?
Well, same as last year, except busier.
Great.
I think the show's been really done well for us.
So you told me earlier that
we've doubled our business.
Doubled your business.
Doubled our business, and then a lot of that is just getting the word out.
Yeah.
And we expect to double it again this year. And it's amazing how many people see this show. Now, they'll say, "Hey, I saw you on TV."
Right.
And I'm thinking, all right, well, I hope my
hope
shoes
you said the
were
right
shined,
thing.
That's
yeah,
right.
Exactly.
I hope I didn't say anything silly, but it's been good. And with the new year, we're getting a lot of people calling and doing the pre-arrangements. It's their New Year's resolution about how they're going to prepare or get things done, or one of the final things that they want to finish up, or one of the first things.
That is great. Well, good. That's great news, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I knew when you first started a few years ago that I always say to you, your concierge approach, your one-on-one, and really sitting down and getting to know these families before any decisions are made most of the time, right?
Yep. I've had some people come in over the last couple of weeks that just came in to sit and talk. Didn't make arrangements, just wanted to kind of check out the funeral home, and they didn't want anything dreary or dull. And you've been there, and you know that it looks
it's a gorgeous place. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice, and so we just chat for a bit, and then they come back, have another question the next week, and then maybe the third week they come back and say, "Okay, well, I'm ready." So well, that's good.
Congratulations again.
Thanks.
That's awesome to hear. I know a lot of hard work went into it, but you deserve it. Terry, that made me think about, okay, we've talked about hospice a lot on this show, and by now I'm sure people understand the basics of it, but from your standpoint, how do you see, what are the true benefits of hospice?
Well, first of all, I guess to backtrack a little bit, with hospice, so many people think that there has to be a doctor to call us up and say, "I want you to go and look at this person and see if they qualify." But basically anybody can call us up and say, "I have a friend that I think can benefit from what you do."
Right.
So it's very important to know that, because that way, if there's somebody in your life that is struggling, that has a need for a nurse to come in, a CNA, a certified nurse's assistant.
Sure.
If they have a need for chaplain or social worker, if you see that, you can call us up and we can come out, and if there's a qualifier, we can help those families out. And hospice is a benefit that we all have the right to if we qualify for it. But so many people don't know that. And I can't tell you how many people I've put on service that when they're on service, their family member is saying, "I wish we'd have done this sooner.
Yeah.
I wish we'd have known about you sooner." And that's really sad, because if they would have, then hopefully their loved one would have gotten better care earlier in their life, the care that they deserve, the dignity that they deserve.
Right.
And it also helps the rest of the family when someone comes on service, because then they can become the adult child again.
Right.
They can become the spouse again, and they don't have to be the caregiver constantly.
Sure.
So I just, you know, if people hear what we say today and that's the only thing that they take home, if they know someone that has a need, pick up the phone and call us or call any hospice, because it's just such a sad thing when people don't get
benefits to it.
Yep.
Now, it brings up a question as far as if that happens, is there a circling back to a physician that has to give an order?
Yes. Yeah, we do have to have a doctor's order.
Okay.
And most doctors in today's world understand hospice, and they want this for their patients because they know that this is going to, sometimes people graduate off hospice if they, you know, if they don't qualify anymore, and that's a beautiful thing because we've helped them to get better. So yes, you do have to have a physician's order.
Right. Now, obviously in the funeral business, I think I know the answer, but there are no orders that you need, right, from anyone, right?
No, that's true, but Terry brought up a good point about getting to hospice as early as you can in the process. When my mother went on hospice, she fought me and fought me and fought me until it was 2 or 3 days that she got on hospice, and then she died. And the hospice nurse was so helpful. My mother was a larger woman. We couldn't hardly move her. But this little hospice nurse came in and just did everything perfectly, and I'm like, how did you do that? And she goes, well,
that's what I do every day.
That's what I do every day. That's exactly what she said. And so going back to the hospice thing, if you know, that is good advice. At least know your options and get out there early in the process, and it'll make things a lot easier for everybody.
I agree, and we talked about it earlier, it's such a support network for all the family, not just the patient. And I know in our home care business that as soon as we see those signs and qualifiers and stuff, I mean, we're on the phone trying to get the families to, you know, call you guys right away because it's so important.
Yeah,
it
procrastination
changes everything
is bad
for the family. It really, really does. Well, hold that thought. I want to chat more, but we're out of time for the moment.
Okay.
Stay with us here on the Senior Network. We'll be right back.